ready, Monarchs fans? It's time for the Old Dominion Football Show with Bruce Rader and Coach Bobby Wilder.
After two tough losses to superior opponents, it's time to have some fun. It's homecoming weekend at Old Dominion with the parade tomorrow afternoon and the highlight of the weekend, the Monarchs taking on Texas San Antonio at 3:30. Now we know why homecoming is huge, but what makes this particular football game so crucial? Let's find out. The Old Dominion Football Show starts now. Hi, everybody. I'm Bruce Rader along with Coach Bobby Wilder. Week 4 of the season and the non-conference games are over. And, Coach, while I know that you love homecoming, this is an important game coming up tomorrow at SB Ballard Stadium.
It is, Bruce, very important. And the amazing thing to me, I was thinking about this morning, this is our 50th consecutive sellout. You know, the only team in the history of college football to sell out every game we've ever played. It's the opener, as you mentioned, for Conference USA. And how about this, Bruce? This is our third year in Conference USA, first time at home. First year we opened on the road at Rice, who won the championship the year before. Last year we opened at Marshall, who won the championship the year before. So finally we get a home opener, and it's not against the defending league champion, albeit a good team.
So the scheduling gods were in your corner this season.
At least not the defending champion.
Right, for the first time. All right, a lot of schools, Coach, try to schedule sure wins for homecoming, but if you look at your schedule, you don't have that luxury this season.
No, this is a really good team. San Antonio is a good football team. Bruce, as you know, last week they had Arizona State down by 16 points in the fourth quarter, so it's a very good football team. Generally what happens, Bruce, the Power 5 schools, the Alabamas of the world, Virginia Techs, they can schedule who they want at homecoming. We're more at the mercy of the schedule makers. And for us, Bruce, you try to get it in early October. Well, we're playing UMass at home in a couple weeks. That's fall break. Then we go on the road. So this was really the only time we could get the homecoming game scheduled, and it's supposed to be a beautiful day.
Now, you played two very tough teams on the road. How much of a difference is it? Has it for the players and for them all week long, knowing that they don't have to travel?
Yeah, the travel was difficult, Bruce. We didn't get home till 3 in the morning, either Sunday morning following the games, and as you know, it's still the same day, Sunday. Sunday doesn't change. You got to put that game to bed, and you got to get to work on your opponents. So to be back home, and our players, Bruce, just love the fact that they know when they come out through the tunnel, it's going to be sold out, and the fans are going to be excited.
Now, I know your goal is to win 6 games and become bowl eligible. So it's not just tomorrow's game that's important, but really it looks like these next 3 games are crucial.
Yeah, what we can control, and we talk a lot as a team, Bruce, about what we can control and what we can't control. What we can control is this game in front of us, and the fact this is the opener. This is Conference USA opener. It's at home. We can get to 1-0 in the league, and if we can be 1-0 this week, Bruce, now some possibilities really open up for what you mentioned the next couple weeks. The goal is to get 1-0, and I'm so glad the opportunity to get 1-0 is at home.
During homecoming. Now, it's always about the quarterback, David Washington, starting his 4th game. How is his confidence going into tomorrow?
You're right, Bruce, 4th game and 8th game of his career. A lot of people think because he's a 5th-year senior, he's a really experienced quarterback. Well, he sat behind Taylor for 2 years, and then he moved to wideout for 2 years, and now he's back. And what we saw, Bruce, is the confidence level rise in the second half of that game Saturday night. He went 9 for 13 for 150 yards, 2 touchdowns in the second half. Didn't see either touchdown pass, Bruce, because he was on the ground. He got hit just as he threw the ball. The development, the confidence in the pocket. As you know, he's only 10 months away from that really bad knee injury at Southern Miss, so he's starting to get more comfortable in his movement skills in the pocket. He threw some beautiful balls. I told him I thought that was the best half of football I've seen him play.
Well, that's good news. We've seen a lot more in both college football and the NFL, the importance of having a good backup quarterback.
Right.
How's the depth chart in that position?
You're right. Right now, Bruce, as we talked about early, we'd have a starter, a middle reliever, a closer. All 3 of them are going to play throughout the year. The next man in right now is Blake LaRussa, and then Schuler Bentley. And the situation really depends on if it's Blake or if it's Schuler. But what we're trying to do with David, I've gotten so much more confident now in his ability, Bruce, to slide, to get out of bounds, to not take the big hit, which he's done a good job avoiding the last 2 weeks.
Now, I know that you are always your team's strongest critics. So Considering offense, defense, and special teams, how satisfied are you with your squad thus far?
The thing we're all the most frustrated with, Bruce, is the inability at this point to sustain momentum. And what I mean by that is if you look at the first half of the NC State game, we go 3 and out. Then they score a touchdown. Well, then our defense comes back and gets a stop, gets a sack on the 4-yard line. They punt, we get it on the 40, we don't score points. So we pin them again, then what's our defense do? First play, turnover, caused fumble by C.J. Bradshaw, and then we only get a field goal. So the momentum from one unit to the other has not been sustainable. Second half, Bruce, we get the opening kickoff, 9 plays, 91 yards with a fake punt in there. Next series, defense gets the stop. So it's that sustainable momentum. We've got to build on that.
Hopefully we'll see that tomorrow. Now, one more. The defense hung tough against NC State, but tomorrow they'll face quarterback Dalton Strum, who has been playing very well for the Roadrunners this season.
He has. I really like his improvement. He reminds me a lot of David in that a guy who's still developing in the position, but just so athletic in the pocket. Bruce, he accounts for 75% of their offense, 90% of their touchdowns, so their success has been through him. He throws the ball well, really good movement skills in the pocket, and as we saw in the game against Arizona State, he can take off and run, so he will be a focal point for our defense tomorrow.
It's always about the quarterback.
Yes, it is.
Still to come, C.J. Bradshaw is a fifth-year senior safety. He's seen a lot, but you know what, Coach? He's never experienced the 1-minute drill.
No, he hasn't.
He will now. That's coming up next on the Old Dominion Football Show. And Coach Wilder answers questions from the fans. It's the Coach's Corner. Coming up as the Old Dominion Football Show continues.
Welcome back to the Old Dominion Football Show. We're back with the 1-minute drill, and joining us this week, C.J. Bradshaw, the fifth-year safety. So that means, C.J., you've been around. You've seen this program evolve from the bottom up, haven't you?
Yes, sir, I have, from the bottom up.
What is the perfect day off for you?
The perfect day off is, a basic day of no practice, no class, just a chill, sit back and watch a movie.
What's the one movie you're going after?
Maybe Suicide Squad, because I like Will Smith.
Who's the goofiest guy on the team?
The goofiest guy is David Washington, because you never know what you're going to get out of that guy. You never know if he's going to be chill one day or he might just come in the locker room just ballistic. He might just come in there just busting jokes at everybody and, yelling here and there, but it's definitely David Washington.
He still holds that title after 5 years.
Yes, sir.
Do you room with anybody on the team?
Last year I stayed with Falante Misher.
What was the worst thing he did as a roommate?
We had a bug on the floor, and Falante would not get it. He was so scared of it, and I'm like, Falante, yo man, you got to get it. You got to get it. He was like, nah, bro, I can't. It's got to stay today.
And what's the one thing you love most about being a Monarch?
Coming out of the stadium and, seeing all the 12 Monarchs out there yelling and screaming and, sends a bunch of energy through my body. Just, I'm going out here to play for these fans. How they love just to be here just to watch us.
That is the 1-minute drill. C.J. Bradshaw has survived it. He's not afraid of wide receivers or bugs. All right, C.J., say goodbye to the Monarch Nation.
Goodbye, Monarch Nation.
Coach, he has been doing a great job, but
Yes,
we have a little problem.
He did. Unfortunately, Bruce, he a great person, really like CJ. And that big hit in the NC State game where he caused the fumble turnover, he sublexed his shoulder, and he's probably going to be out 3 to 4 weeks, and he'll be missed. One of our toughest players on the team.
All right, when we turn it over to you, the fans, as Coach Wilder answers your questions in the Coach's Corner next on the Old Dominion Football Show. Time for the Coach's Corner. Remember, you can email me your questions. Just send them to bruce.rader@wavy.com. And our first question is from Trey in Norfolk. With safety in football a big topic these days, would you be in favor of eliminating kickoffs in the college game, or do you feel it is an important part of the game?
That's a great question from Trey. I would be in favor of less returns. Here's the issue, though, Bruce. You get late in the game, there's 2 minutes to go, you're down 14, you score a touchdown to cut it to 7. What are you going to do about the onside kick? So one of the things that's being discussed is the possibility of after someone scores a touchdown, the returning team can say, I don't want the kickoff return. I want to just take the ball on the 25-yard line. That could help with safety. Thanks for the question.
That's a very interesting point. Next question from Paige in Virginia Beach. She wants to know, how do you determine team captains? Do the players vote, or is it strictly done by the coaching staff?
Paige must be a coach because I like to do it with the player vote, Bruce. I like for the kids to decide who they think the leaders are, and you learn a lot about your team that way. You learn who's voting for who, and we clearly had 4 guys this year that were clearly the captains that the players wanted. Thanks for the question.
You got to be able to kill the bugs, though.
Yes, you do.
Old Dominion against Texas San Antonio tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock. Coach, it's homecoming.
Yes, it is.
Did the rain
Excited.
this week hurt your preparations at all?
It did. We spent one day on Wednesday at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. We just couldn't get outside. Tuesday was in a driving rain, but you got to find a way to handle adversity, right?
Oh, right indeed, but hopefully it won't matter. The homecoming parade begins tomorrow morning at 10:30, starting at 49th Street and Hampton Boulevard. The weather looks to be good, so
looks good.
Enjoy the game. Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
I know you're pumped up
Oh,
about
can't
homecoming.
wait. Let's play right now.
All right. And join Coach Wilder and me every Friday night at 10:45 on Fox 43 for the most high-tech coaches show in the
Unbelievable.
nation.
Look at this.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night.